Hello.
How are you today?
Yeah.
What's up? What's new and exciting?
Just hung with my friend
Hanging with
on
your friend.
Wednesday.
How'd it go? Oh yeah, you told me that. How'd it go?
Good. Watched Venom.
Venom?
Yeah, I had to watch the first movie because I didn't know the others, how it started.
Yeah. Is that scary?
No, it was funny.
It's supposed to be scary though?
Mm, not really. Not
Not
well, to
really.
me it isn't.
Hmm.
What is Spanish explorers that sent chocolate back to Europe?
Yeah, from where? Where'd they get it?
Maya,
Yeah. So what place would that be?
Aztec,
Those are people. The people. Where were the people? Where did the Aztecs live?
Central.
Central.
Is it right? Central
Yeah,
America.
you're on the right track. Central what?
America.
Yeah.
What? Go on. Central America.
Well, sort of, kind of. Hmm. Mexico. Well, I mean, it's Mexico today, right? Southern Mexico, central and southern Mexico. Yeah. Which Mexico technically is North America, not Central America, right?
I don't know. I don't,
Yeah.
I didn't pass
Geographically,
geographic class.
yeah, geographically speaking. You got plans for the weekend?
Just some church and youth service. Not
Well,
much.
that's good.
Same as last. Except this time I get to go to the actual church session this time.
Yeah. What's the weather
Instead of
like?
on Sunday,
Hmm.
or
In
it
general.
was raining on Wednesday
Yeah.
a little.
I'm still struggling with this cold I can't quite get rid of.
Mm.
Mhm. Well, I don't know where everybody is today. Everybody likes to jump in at once. Have you ever seen a cocoa, like I guess they call them a
Cocoa
pod?
bean.
Well, that would be the bean, but like the thing the bean is in, I guess it's like they call it a pod. Have you ever seen one of those? They're kind of odd looking, strange looking. And the only reason why chocolate is sweet in any way, shape, or form is because we add sugar and milk chocolate, milk to make it sweet, but otherwise it's bitter left on its own. Yeah. Here they come. Hola, Isadora. How are you today? How's things? Good. Just trying to get rid of this cold. So we have a little like trivia question today. So what place or country brought chocolate to Europe? So chocolate in Europe is like a big thing. It's like Belgian chocolate is supposed to be the best chocolate, ever. Um, France, they drink a lot. Spain, they drink a lot of hot chocolate, like for breakfast and stuff. So chocolate's a big deal. And it's not even originally European, right? So do we know, where does chocolate come from? without Googling? What do you think, Isadora? I guess part of the question is how did it get to Europe in the first place, right? Hola, Hill. Hola, Liliana. How are you guys?
Pretty good. How are you, Miss Ravella?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Did you guys have a good lunch?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, making a guess, what place brought chocolate to Europe? Yeah, that's what it is. It's about a guess. Absolutely. It's all about guessing. If we're not Googling and we don't know, it's all about, well, what do we know? Right? How would it have gotten to Europe? Et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Guessing. Guessing is good. You know, before there was Google, right, you guys? I mean, no one ever could look. You had to go to the library or dig out an encyclopedia, you know, to find an answer, right? So we're kind of spoiled now. It's almost any question, right? Hi, Liliana. Hi, Serenity. So we have a trivia question today, making a guess if we don't know. What place brought chocolate to Europe? Chocolate. Isn't there a Dora thing about chocolate? I'm vaguely remembering a Dora thing about chocolate.
Dora the Explorer.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Hola, Ayana. So how did chocolate get to Europe? That's our question today, our trivia question today, Ayana. Any ideas, just pop them in the chat. We're going to get started here in just a second. So Serenity, so nobody really knows for sure whether the question is whether or not Christopher Columbus was Spanish, right? Nobody knows for sure. Historians have said forever in a blue moon that he was Italian and sailed for Spain. In other words, the Spanish king Ferdinand and his wife Isabella gave him the money for the trip, right? So history normally says he's Italian, but some modern things have said that he was something else, that he was indeed Spanish. So I really don't know. I don't think we really know 100%. The only thing that we do know about him was obviously what the fact that he sailed multiple voyages to the New World. But the other thing that we do know about him is he was like a horrible human being. I think there are some journals and stuff that people have found, you know, where he was just horrible to other people, just a mean individual. Yeah. Not only to the indigenous populations that he found, you know, when he arrived someplace, but just, I mean, like to even the people on the boat and, you know, just anybody. He was just a horrible person, apparently. So, yeah, who knows, right? I wouldn't want to be remembered as a horrible person in history, though, right? All right, so what's our answer? Our place or today it's a country, right? Of course, this is before it was a country that brought chocolate to Europe. I guess it's kind of a bad question. It was actually from Mexico. Yeah. From Mexico, right? So when the Spanish arrived to what is today Mexico, they found these pods, these cocoa pods and stuff, and found the people, the Aztecs, the natives using chocolate as a regular part of their diet. And they're like, hey, this is pretty good, you know? So they took the plants and stuff back to Spain with them, I should say, right? So it comes from what is today Mexico. Yeah. Have you guys ever had mole? Have you ever had mole sauce on your food? Like maybe some Mexican food with mole? Hi, Jada.
Mole.
Yeah, mole. It's chocolate based, but not sweet chocolate, right? Because chocolate in and of itself is not sweet unless you add sugar to it, right? Yeah. So just FYI, next time you go to a Mexican restaurant and they have something with mole, just know it has cocoa in it, right? Yeah. Okay, bueno clase. So here's what I would like us to do today. First of all, I want to, and I'm sure you guys have maybe already seen this today, but I'm going to show it to you again. Since you are juniors, yeah, that's good, Isadora. I bet you it's Deliciamundo, isn't it? Homemade mole. Okay, you guys, so take a look at my screen. So first of all, this is our schedule for next week because Monday is Veterans Day. We have a different schedule. So just know it is in your Canvas bulletin board in case you forget. Okay, there it is. Full day, right, on Friday. Okay. The next thing is the 13th, you guys, is progress reports. So you want to make sure that you have, you know, everything up to date, completed, done, all happy and good before then. Hola, Kenzie. The next thing is that juniors and seniors can go on a college tour to the Columbus Technical College on the 19th. You would need to be there by 1:15. Okay, so if you're interested, there's a link. You could also probably reach out to Miss Martin or Mr. Phillips if you needed more information. But that is for just juniors and seniors if you're interested in going to the tech college. That's kind of a good opportunity there. Also for seniors, right? Miss Martin invites you all to a college application workshop at the library on November 13th, which is this coming Wednesday, from 5 to 7:30. And listen, it is so important, whatever you guys are planning on doing after you graduate or whatever you need help with, because my daughter, for example, she dropped the ball. She would not let myself or my husband help her. And we're both teachers and we both help our own students for many years with college application processes. And she would not listen to us because, you know, she knew better. I'm being sarcastic. And, you know, she ended up, essentially you get like 3 free choices and stuff like that when you apply. And she kind of wasted those free choices and she ended up actually not having any option offered to her. So you have to be careful with this. Don't take it lightly, right? And if the fact that they're offering personalized assistance here to help you be successful in the application process is something that you guys should take advantage of, even as you know, juniors, try to get as much information as you can so that when you are a senior, it's not something brand new to you. Okay. Yeah. And then I don't know if you guys have done this Jada, but and Kenzie, you can buy yearbook pages. You have to have it in by December 23rd. Okay. So there's a lot of information, you guys, on these bulletin boards. And as we get closer to the end of the school year and there's a lot of stuff going on, especially if you're graduating, you really need to make sure that you're checking all of that on a regular basis. Okay. All righty. Any questions, you guys, about that? Okay. So what are we doing today? Well, let's see. I would like for us to finish practicing with gustar and encantar, right? And I would like for us to do an interpretive reading, because remember, our skills are listening, reading, writing, and speaking, right? And then at the end of the hour today, there's some vocabulary that I would like for you to add to your guided notes. Okay. And probably because of my voice and being the end of the day, if we get to this last part, it may just be something that you copy yourself without my help. Okay. I mean, I'll help you here, but without me having to use my voice, right? Okay. So we'll see how far we get today with that. Okay. Questions about what we're doing? So next week, we are going to start something new. Next week, we're going to graduate up to an entirely new verb tense. In other words, not present tense. We're going to talk about the future tense next week, right? So we want to make sure that we get everything finished here today. And, if you don't get it done today, then hopefully tomorrow or over the weekend. Okay. All righty. Questions? All righty. So let's kind of warm up a little, right, you guys? I'm going to share a screen. Again, my voice, we'll do the best we can. Okay. So it's hard for you to probably see this question, but the question here is, ¿Qué te gusta hacer? What do you like to do? Los fines de semana. So what do you like to do on the weekends, right? We have a weekend coming up. So last class, if you weren't with us, we practiced a mí me gusta jugar al fútbol. A Liliana le gusta bailar. Okay, she likes to dance. A la señora Pérez le gusta pintar. A nosotros nos gusta nadar. So notice, you guys, when we were talking about activities, okay, we're always going to use the singular form here. We would not add an N. Okay, same thing if we were to use encantar. Okay. All right, so what I would like for you guys to do is pick one. We have textear, montar en bicicleta, escuchar música, pintar, viajar, hablar con amigos, jugar al fútbol, y leer. So I'd like for you to pick one. And I want you to tell me that you like it or you don't like it, right? So if we wanted to make it negative, we would say, a mí no me gusta, right? No me gusta. So pick one to tell me that you like it or you don't like it. And then I need volunteers. Who's going to go first? Okay, Trey. So I'm going to ask you to unmute, por favor. Because I want you to tell me your sentence.
A mí no me gusta textear.
Very good. That's good. Good job. Round of applause for Trey. Okay. Hill, you're next. Unmute, por favor.
A mí no me gusta I'm going to pronounce this stuff badly. Jugar al fútbol.
Okay. Jugar al fútbol. No le gusta. Clase. A Hill no le gusta jugar al fútbol. Okay, good. Isadora, can you unmute, por favor? Give us your
A
sentence.
mí me gusta jugar al fútbol.
¿Te gusta? ¿Te gusta jugar al fútbol? ¿Sí o no?
Yeah, I don't know why I put no.
That's
I
okay.
forgot. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. All right, who's next? Okay, Liliana, lay it on us. Unmute, por favor. Yeah,
Me
that's
gusta leer.
very good. A Liliana le gusta leer. Sí, muy bien. Ayana, are you ready with one?
A mí gusta escuchar música.
Okay, so a mí me. Remember, you got to repeat it because the whole point of this a mí is like you're emphasizing. Okay, so we can either say, this is a good point. We can either say me gusta jugar, me gusta whatever, viajar, me gusta, and that just leave it at that. Or if we want to be emphatic and we want to stress it, we can say a mí. You know, so you don't always have to use like the a mí or the a ti or the whatever. Okay. All right. Muy bien. Good job. Jada, how about you? You want to try one? Just give us a sentence, Jada. Or Kenzie, I think you need to go as well. The seniors, the big seniors, Jada and Kenzie. Kenzie, how about you? You can't unmute? Okay. Jada, how about you?
Me gusta textear.
Okay, very good. Me gusta textear. Muy bien. Perfecto. Okay, we're not going to do all of these. Okay. But notice up here, this we did yesterday, but we need to practice again. We need to fill in the blanks with the me, te, le, nos, and les. So those are our options. Okay. The thing about this one is, and this is why we're going to bother to do it, these dashes, you see the dashes up here? I say, what that means is that it's a conversation, that people are talking. And so that's going to change our responses. That's going to change how we fill in the blank because people are talking. Okay. So let's just look at number one together. It says Paula, comma, something like to ride a bike. So in number one, this thing here works like our quotation marks, right? So we're talking to Paula. So we're saying, hey, Paula, do you like to ride a bike? So if that's the case, if it's you, then I'm going to use they, right? So it changes it because it's a conversation, it's going to change our answer. And then she responds, right? She answers back, Paula does. She says, yeah, of course, sí, claro. A mí me gusta. Okay. All right. So I want you guys to think about number two. Remember, these are conversations. So the first one is talking to someone, and the second one is the person, their response. Okay. So give it a try. Pop it in chat for number two, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, what about the response, Liliana? Good, Isadora? Good, Liliana? Give it a try, you guys. That's the joy of the chat box. It doesn't matter if you get it wrong. Makes no difference whatsoever. It's like scrap paper. Okay, good answers. Trey, did you answer? Jada, did you answer? Okay, so let's figure it out. So first of all, somebody tell me in the chat, is ustedes singular or plural? Is it S or P, ustedes? It's plural. So if it's plural, let's think about this logically. What are our choices up here? Right? More than one. Our only plural options then are these. Isn't that right? Mm-hmm. Everybody with me? Because we're on number 2. Okay, Isadora. So if our only plural options are nos and les, and we know that nos looks like nosotros, so that's not going to go here, then what is our other option to go in this first blank? Tell me in chat. Yeah, absolutely. Right? So here's my point. Even if you have no clue, just try and think about it logically. Masculine, feminine, singular or plural. In this case, singular or plural. Then what are my options? You know, process of elimination, right, you guys? And then for the response, hey, do you guys like to play video games? No, we don't, right? Nosotros gets nos. Okay, y'all see that? Okay, so let's look down here at number 5. Let's try number 5. Put your answers in the chat when you think you have it. Okay, Hill, what about the response? Guys, put your answers in chat. Yep, that's correct. What about the response? Okay. Anyone else? Good. Good, Hill. Yep. Okay. So let's see. So we have usted, which is singular, right? So that means my choices are going to be one of these up here. Well, I know that me is about yo, right? When I'm talking about myself. And te is when I'm using tú. And so le is when I'm using usted, él, or ella, right? So a usted le gusta. And then if it's me, then I know that it's yo, and so no me gusta. Y'all see that? Okay. Questions? Do you see why we use le with usted? So we're going to use le with usted, él, and ella here. Okay. All right. Enough of that. Right? Enough of that. Muy bien. All right. Let me switch up my screen. Okay. Next thing that I would like us to do is I need for everybody to go to Canvas, please, and go to the modules. So we are going to kind of switch over and do some reading, but not reading like word for word. We call it interpretive reading. And what we mean by interpretive reading, basically, big words for nothing, is, you know, we don't have to know what every word means. We can take a word by context. We can use images to help us figure out what something is talking about. We can use those cognates, right, you guys? What's a cognate? Can you guys remember? Remind me. What's a cognate? Or give me an example of one. What's a cognate? Yeah. So it's a word that looks similar to English, but it has to have the same meaning, like communication and comunicación, right? It has to have the same meaning. Okay. So those are really helpful. So when you get to Canvas, click on this interpretive reading. It should look like this. Okay. So let's look at our instructions. It says scroll to read the questions first so that we know what to read for. Skim the infographic looking for cognates and vocab words to help answer the questions. Use the images as clues and complete the questions. Okay. So let's look at it. I'm going to enlarge this. There's 5 simple questions. And notice that they're in English, right? You guys, this is easy. Okay. Yes. So number 1, what is the main idea? 2, what activity do most Uruguayans prefer? So there's a country in South America called Uruguay, right? What do they prefer? What percentage of people prefer to cook? What activity do 36% of people prefer to do outdoors? And what do most people take pictures of? So now that you know what you need to answer, all you have to do is try to pick out words you know, use the images, et cetera, et cetera. And then you're going to have to use your little paintbrush up here and circle your answer. Okay. Or you can use the text box and just put your letter A, B, C, or D, et cetera, et cetera. So it is about a quarter till. And so I'll give you guys about 10 minutes or so, right? So before 1 o'clock, and we'll go over these answers. We'll talk about them together. Okay. So go ahead. And then I do want you to turn this in as well. Okay. So I'll give you about 10 minutes or so, 12 minutes. Let me know if you have a question. Everybody understand what I'm asking of you? Make sure the instructions are clear. Are you already done, Hill? Okay, go ahead and submit it when you're done so I can see who's done and who isn't. Are you finished, Kenzie? Almost. Phil, we're on the infographic, right? On the interpretive reading. Okay, that's cool. So don't get hung up on every word, right? Just by context. Focus on your questions. Okay, managing okay, Kenzie? Serenity, how about you? Yep. Managing okay with this reading? Let me know if you guys have any questions. Okay, let me know when you've submitted, you guys. Make sure you submit. Don't forget to submit. So tell me in chat, those of you who are finished, on a 3-2-1. 3 is it was easy. 2, it was okay. 1 was it was challenging. So tell me 3-2-1, that interpretive reading. Okay. DeAndre, did you submit? Yeah. Yes, Ayana. A 3. Okay, good. Makes me happy. Okay, another few more minutes, you guys, and then we need to kind of move on because, like I say, I want to finish this today. So, did the fact that the questions were in English make it easier? Was that helpful? Or would it have been easier to have the questions in Spanish and then you could kind of match the words to the image? What do you guys think? Tell me in chat. Was it good to have them in English? Easier in Spanish? Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you said that, Ayana, because our next one is going to be in Spanish. That's kind of why I asked. Yeah, I agree. Easier in Spanish? Good, because our next one's going to be in Spanish. Okay, a couple more minutes, you guys. Try and get it finished up. One o'clock. We'll switch gears. I'm like living on these Ricola. Guys ever had these Ricola? They're like cold. Yeah, in my throat. Okay. Try and get finished up. Try and get those submitted. Okay, you guys, check out my screen. What's the main idea? You can unmute if it's easier. What did you choose? Or put your answer in the chat. Either way. What did you guys think was the main idea? A, B, C, or D? Good, Serenity. Good, Hill. Anyone else? Anyone else? What was the main idea? So obviously the title, right? Pasatiempos, hobbies, right? Things we do for fun. Okay. So, and then as we read, we could see, they were talking about Uruguay, they were talking about Costa Rica. right? And so Latin America, okay, yes, muy bien. Argentina, they even talked about Argentina, Puerto Rico, right? Okay, Panama, whatever. Okay, what activity do most Uruguayans prefer? So what was your answer? A, B, C, or D? Just pop it in chat. What activity do most Uruguayans prefer? What was your answer? Okay. Good. Anyone else? Okay. So we had to figure out if reading, we're talking about people from Uruguay, and we had collecting objects, playing basketball, reading, or taking pictures, right? So our highest number up here was 46%. And it said romantic novels and science fiction, and it says Uruguayans son los más lectores. Los más lectores. So leer, right? So what is it that they prefer to do? Last say would have been C, reading. Okay. Of those choices, right? What percentage of people prefer to cook? Do you remember what you guys put for your answer? A, B, C, or D? What percentage of people prefer to cook? We had a chef's hat here, right? Chef's hat. La mayoría opta por cocinar. Cocinar, right? To cook. Yeah. 43%. So our answer would have been C. Good. Okay. Stop me if you have a question. What activity do 36% of people prefer to do outdoors? So we need to find 36%, right? La principal actividad al aire libre es salir a caminar o correr, right? So wasn't that the question? 36% of people prefer to do outdoors. So al aire libre is outdoors. And what is it? Salir a caminar o correr, right? So our answer would have been C, going for a walk, caminar, o correr, run. Okay. All right, our last one. What do most people take pictures of? Historic buildings, animals, food, or nature? We come up here to our camera. Lo que más fotografían es la naturaleza, right? Más fotografían, the most pictures es la naturaleza. If we play on our cognate knowledge, our answer would have been D, nature. Okay. All right. How did you do? How many did you get right or wrong? Tell me in chat. How many did you get right out of 5, you guys? How many did you get right out of 5? Okay. Good. All right, good. So very good. Muy bien. So the first time, it's always, yeah. Just practice, that's why I guess we try to put the questions in English and go from there. Okay. All right. The next thing that we need to do, you guys, today is I need you, please, to go back to Canvas. And I need you to, or wherever you put your guided notes. Okay. I need you to access your guided notes. Remember, they look like this. And I know some of you download them or put them in Cami, and I don't, beyond that, I don't know where you put your stuff. But give me a thumbs up when you have this open and you're ready for the next bit of info. DeAndre, I don't know what happened to your background. You're looking like all 3D or something. Okay, thumbs up me when you guys have your guided notes pulled up. Thank you, Hill, Jada. All right, we good? Okay. So what I would like for us to do is this last two sections over here to talk about how often and when we do things. The question is con qué frecuencia, how often, how frequently, frecuencia, right? And rather than me just going through the list, what I would like for you guys to do is in your modules, you have, if you can see my screen, where it says con qué frecuencia, how often, and just go ahead and fill in that section of your guided notes with the slides. We are going to do an interpretive reading also using these words. So you want to make sure that you have them exactly. Okay. And the interpretive reading this time is going to be in Spanish. So you'll just do kind of how we go through together, you know, you guys, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just add them to your list. Okay. Okay, I get it. Oh, is that what it is, DeAndre? Is that why you look weird? Not you, but your screen. I kind of like these. Mañana por la mañana, mañana por la tarde, mañana por la noche, right? So mañana por la mañana, that cracks me up. Anyway, go ahead and fill those out. And then, could be. And it shouldn't take you too long because you're going to need them. For our next reading. Okay, Kinsey. Are you good to go, Isadora? Did you find the slides in Canvas? They should be posted. Are they not posted? Tell me if I didn't. Yeah, they're published. Yep. Would it be easier if I put them on the screen? Okay. Yeah. Con qué frecuencia is the slides. Then you just fill in those last two sections on your guided notes. Good job, DeAndre. Ayana, good job. I like your colors. Good, Jada. Can you get in? Can you get in, Liliana? So you can type anything. All right, let me get in there a minute and see if I can. You're completing them in Canvas, right? You didn't like download it or anything. Just trying to make you do it all over again. Okay, hang on. The only thing I can do on my end is like reassign it, but I don't want you to lose anything. Let's see. Isadora, try that now. Maybe refresh your screen. And Liliana, hold on a minute. I don't know, Liliana, this, you don't have a submission at all, so I can't even reassign it. I'm not sure. Try to refresh your screen, Liliana. Yeah, okay. All right, looks like everybody's steady working. DeAndre, you're good? Okay. Serenity, you good? So Liliana, on your left-hand column over there, where you have like C and no, do you know what each of those mean? Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. Ayana, if you want to check that out, that'll be the next one that we do. You feel comfortable enough to start it. Read the instructions real carefully. Your answers are in Spanish. You want to read the questions first. And part of that activity is color coded, like green, red, and yellow. So you might need to know what that means. So when you're finished, you guys, with your vocab sheet, I went ahead and posted the interpretive reading for number 2, the second one. And it's a little more complicated. So if you want to take a look at it now while we're together, after you're finished filling in your vocab list. You can start on that second interpretive reading once you get that vocab done, and just read your instructions real carefully and pop any questions in the chat. Bill, did you check out the second reading if you're done with your vocab list? Trey, how about you? It's a little more complicated. So I'd like for us to look at it together so that you guys can ask me any questions. What, Trey? How many hours do you sleep each night? ¿Cuántos or cuántas? How many? Mhm. So notice you guys in that second reading, the first part says you answer in Spanish because it's based on the image. And then the second part you can answer in English if you want. Okay, I'm going to interrupt you a minute. So take a look at my screen, you guys. Our second reading activity is called a pyramid of activities, right? And so you can see this is kind of an activity shape, and it is red, yellow, green. Red is those activities no more than 2 hours a day. Yellow are 3 times a week. And the green are things that you do habitually, like normally, regularly. Okay. So you're going to answer in part 1, right? You're going to answer these things based on green zone, yellow zone, red zone. Part 2, same thing. With what frequency or how often is it recommended to do the activities in zone green, in zone yellow, and in zone red? So you're using the activity images here to fill in the blanks. And then 3 is just about you, right? About you. So number 10 is to do homework. 9 to go out with friends, exercising, right? How many hours a day are you connected to technology, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So parts 1 and 2 are based on the pyramid here. Okay. Right. So let me know before you leave today, you guys, you should at least have that vocab list part done about how often things happen. And then need to make sure we have this done by next week. Yeah. No later than Tuesday, because Tuesday we're going to start something else. So we have about 5 minutes left of class. Let me know how I can help you. Put any questions in chat. And I appreciate you guys being able to work without my having to talk today. Give my throat a rest. And you guys are hard workers, and I greatly appreciate it. Isadora, are you done with the second reading? Did you look at it? Did you have questions? Or Kinsey? Jada, do you have any questions? Okay, no questions then, Isadora?
Um,
You're
I don't
breaking
get number 2.
number 2 on the, let's see. Hang on, Serenity. That was you, right, Serenity? Was that you? Okay, can you put it up on your Go Guardian screen? Okay, part number 2 or question number 2? Part number 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, all right, so let me put this back up again real quick before our time is up. So, part 1 and part 2, you're answering these questions based on this image, okay? So part number 2 is saying, with what frequency, in other words, how often is it recommended to do the activities in the green zone? So you look over here and you go, okay, what's in this green zone right here? Okay, so you have to look at the images, right? Maybe walking, maybe working, maybe running, right? Doing exercise, whatever. Okay, and it says you can answer in English, right? So how often are they recommending? Well, the green zone says habituales, so regularly. You with me, Serenity? So your answer can be habituales, or it can be like regularly. And then how often are they recommended in the yellow zone? This is 3 times a week. Okay, do you see that? Does that help, Serenity? Yes, you're frozen, Serenity, so give me a thumbs up or something, or an emoji. Yes, okay. All right, good. Okay, you guys, I appreciate your hard work today. Any other questions before we sign off? Okay, nos vemos martes, right? Check that calendar. Okay, clase. Adios. Adios a todos. Gracias. Gracias for your hard work today. Gracias.